This is County Wandering. My name is Peter. This is video 4 of my tour around Lake Michigan. Started down in Indiana Dunes. So today I'm heading up Sleeping Bear Dunes and then heading a little further north from there for my night way up on Lake Michigan. One thing about Michigan I've learned is if you see a roadside park, don't ignore it. It's not just a wayside. I'm at Hodenply Pond. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know. Let's go see what's in this roadside park. But we've got ourselves stairs and a viewpoint. Stop. Enjoy. We got stairs. Now I could go down there, but that water level looks a little high and that's all mush right now. But if the water was lower, I'm sure that'd be a very pretty little beach to take a moment on. Don't ignore the roadside parks. First hints of fall. Alright, I've made it to Sleeping Bear. I am way at the south end, and I'm going to see if I can take a look at the Platte River Campground. Now, this is the National Park's campground. You can also find a Platte River Campground in the State Forest, I think, as well. Let's just take a quick look around. I'm not going to get out and walk it. It's way too big. Yeah. Way too big. But just to give you a sense of what the campground's like. It's bright and sunny, even in the trees. That's what it is. Several campground hosts. Looks like this campground can handle some bigger rigs. It's not all just tiny little sites like some national forest ones. Like this set over here looks absolutely massive. But there's a couple sites back there. But I got fair-sized fifth wheel over here. So this campground is, like I said, way at the south end of the park. And then we'll go check out what we can do way down here in the south. That's about all I'm going to show you. There are, I don't know, it's kind of hinting up to a couple hundred sites here, but we're not going to take all that on. So there's a group camp, walk-in camps, and sites up to 453. Now our first real stop is going to be Platte River Point. Now from this point I can get my first views of the big dunes, including the main Sleeping Bear over. Now we got a little jetty here, but it's beyond that, way off in the distance, and the islands are out there. Okay, I'm going to go to the cell phone for this because I can zoom in. And there's the wide view. Zooming in a little bit. Zooming in quite a bit. As you can see out there, it's the main Sleeping Bear Dune. Islands beyond. And then once again, I'm shocked at how calm this Great Lake is. Now there is the boat launch behind me, but obviously the river is pretty darn shallow right here. And there's plenty of rocks to be found. Just can't take any off of these beaches. And this beach is sort of a mix of rock and sand. This is also Lake Township Park. So if you're sand averse, they have grass. Place to take out kayaks over here or put in. And I'll show you a place upstream, somewhere near the campground area, where you can also put in and float down. And I see some paddle boards out there as well. El Dorado Park is on the Platte River. Parking lot was pretty full, so I decided to pass it, but this is a good place to put in to paddle down the river. And I do believe there are also outfitters in the area, so you don't have to haul your kayak all the way out here. So if you want entertainment, stop at the picnic area where the bus tours are and watch them try to figure out the bear-proof garbage cans. There's a lot of training involved. So this was the Platte River picnic area, and tour buses are here. Give them a picnic break first, and then go across the bridge to the outfitter. So they're about to launch en masse. So there's a nice walkway down here along the river, and like I said, across the bridge is the outfitter. Can handle tour groups. It's that they're all going to be in canoes floating down the river. Oh, well, that's the first fish I've seen in. That is not a small fish. There's a whole bunch of little ones up here right now too. Okay, so what we've done so far is we took a little look at the campground. There's several other loops. There is trails going down towards the Platte Bay. We went out to Platte River Point, took a look at the launch there, or tried to. There is another something there. Oh, for salmon run right there. And we are now at the canoe launch. Now they're going to go down, but they're going to have to pass through Loon Lake, or I don't know exactly where they're going to end. But there's also Mud Lake, so it's not all one continuous river. Let's start working our way north along this park. Now, if you're looking for something that doesn't specifically center around Lake Michigan and big sandy dunes, because that can get exhausting after a while, I am at Platte Prairie's trail on Bass Lake, and there's also Otter Lake, and we are up on sort of a plateau above everything else on the south end of the park. Oh yeah, I gotta show you that. That's why I'm here. And there's trails up in this area to go exploring, and you can bring your kayak or canoe up here and explore this lake or the other one. So unfortunately, this area also has a lot of private land up by this trail. So one of the lakes, I think, is completely surrounded by private land. And you also get residents just hanging out too. Now, if you look at the map, it's kind of interesting. The map itself does not show topography, but I know topography is kind of important on a map like this. But it shows it by trail color. Different trails have different colors based on their grade. That's actually kind of useful to know what kind of a hill I'm going to climb and have to climb. Because length of trail doesn't mean much if it's a very steep grade. And anybody who's ever been to Devil's Lake State Park knows that. You know, the trail is only, a couple hundred feet straight up. All right, I am at the Empire Bluff Trail, and this one I'm going to take. It's a 1.5 mile round trip. Average grade 13%, maximum grade 19%. So it's varying up and down with a viewpoint at the end. That's the goal. Apparently it's some sort of interpretive trail too. It's number 2. Got a pile of old farm equipment. Old. Wouldn't want to farm here. So we'll start with this little info sign, and partway through the trail, we hit this view. Feel like I'm getting close. Are those the colors you expect in the Great Lakes? See pretty much the entire lake shore from this little stretch of path. Well, at least I am here. I don't know where you are right now. So cut straight across. We're at the Sister Bay kind of area in Wisconsin. Tonight I plan on spending up there. Well, that's the Empire Bluff Trail with a chug of the blood behind me here. Excellent view of the main dune over there. And looking at it from here, you can definitely go, why would anybody want to climb up that? Don't do it. We'll go to it though, but I ain't going down it. Alright, after passing through Empire, a wonderful little town that's in the midst of all of this, I'm heading towards a scenic drive, and I'm going to pass it off to my GoPro up here to give that tour. Picture Pierce Stocking Scenic Drive. I bet this will be more scenic in a couple weeks when the colors turn. Ooh, entrance station, yeah. Gotta show I have my pass. Hello.
Hello, how are you today?
Alrighty.
That's good. Can I see the card holder's ID? All right, you're all good with that. Have a nice rest of your day.
Alright, thank you.
Have it.
Okay, I bought that pass at Pictured Rocks, used it there. Took it out west with me to Apostle Islands too, used it there. Took it out west, used it in the Redwoods, used it at Crater Lake, at Oregon Caves, Indiana Dunes, and that's the first time that I've actually been at a gate where someone not only checks that you have it to enter, not just a parking pass, but checks to make sure that the card holder is with it. Now that becomes a problem when you have a family that wants to travel, and you can have 4 or 5 people in the car going on that one pass to get in, but if somebody has to leave the park and come back and they're not the card holder, they can't be the one to leave the park and come back. It has to be the card holder in some of these parks. Oh, that's pretty. Not what you picture when you're thinking of dunes. Ooh, the dunes are off to my right. There's a pull-off. So we'll change cameras. What we learned on the pull-off was Alligator Island, or whatever it is over there, just before the Depression, somebody had this great vision of clearing out, putting in golf courses, putting in an airstrip, and developing 100 estates, big estates for the wealthy, to make this a wealthy destination. It all fell apart in the Depression, but he had done a lot of the clearing. And then after it fell apart, so the locals decided to make it a playground for all, not just the rich. That's what you missed there. Picnic Mountain. That's this pull-off. Well, here at Picnic Mountain, not every car is stopped. It's an interesting little mound with a water fountain on top. Now, there's another parking area over there. I think that just said Dune. Leave my van where it is, head over there. This spot is looking a little more popular. We got a good view of backsides of the dunes, Alligator Island, the lake. Now the lake, we'll see, used to be a bay.
Yeah, it's just a rattling. Oh, right around. And then his family.
All right, leaving Picnic Mountain. Gonna pass Dune. Stop 3, because I just went down there because it was so close. Oh, there's Cottonwood with a trail. So there's a trail at Cottonwood. I don't really have the time for that now. Oop. No, I get you. So there is a trail you can wander these dunes on. Stay on the trail. Definitely not in the woods anymore now, are we? Interpretive sign there about the dune cycle. Back into the woods. Boy, that changes fast. Lakeland, Michigan. 9 and 10.
All retirees, it's condos, it's all that's like
This is the dune you don't want to go down. You can, but you don't want to. Let's go to the viewpoint. Just walking up the hill here was enough. You can go higher. You don't have to go down to enjoy it. Try that climb first. see if there's anybody stupid enough. Oh, yeah, there's people slogging back up. And how far down they went. Well, there's a couple down there. At the bottom, couple kayaks too. You see somebody partway up, resting. That's the viewing platform that everybody can spectate sport. All the idiots, they're somewhere down there you can't see from the top. You can see their challenge from there. Well, that was worth the entertainment value. Didn't see anybody who had made it back up before I left, but I couldn't wait another hour. But more and more people kept going down. But boy, did the water look inviting. Opportunity at North Bar. Let's see what this has for us. Well, almost nobody's stopping at North Bar because rightly so, they all stopped to watch the show at the last stop. Oh, that's not a bad view at all, that's for sure. I might have to get the real camera out. So this is the National Park Service version of a selfie stand without a selfie stand, but a nice picture frame, a frame up, a really nice view with you in it. Something like that. Hashtag find your park, hashtag sleeping bear NPS. Don't know how much more we have left on this scenic trail. Scenic road. And that's the end of the scenic drive. What do you think? Last minute beachfront site. It's a rocky beach, but I was ready to start looking for some rocks tonight. I'm done with the sand for a little bit. Nothing that way for miles. I see some bit of land over there. Oh, there's an island or something over there. I'll have to get out my map and figure out what I'm looking at out there. I can see land over that side, but straight off there shouldn't be much. So I am looking out, and the nearest land straight out that I can see is Beaver Island. And that's a ways away. And there's nothing out there, or very little. So this should be dark sky tonight. Now I'm in Leelanau State Park. One of the attractions here at this state park is the Grand Traverse Lighthouse. So this is down at the west end of the park. Historic lighthouse. Kind of blocked by a new beacon thing out here, but See if I can find a good spot for viewing it tonight. It's not a good sunset one. The trees block that. Fog signal building. That looks like a sturdy structure. And this is just west of the lighthouse. I believe this would be an oil house. Keep the stock of kerosene outside the building, so it's not where you live raising a family. Well, that's going to wrap up this video. Last evening, after I checked into my campsite, took a nap, and then got up for the sunset. Wasn't much of a sunset, so I actually kind of waited around, tried to do some Uper light hunting with all the rocks out here. Something funky about these rocks. I don't know, maybe there isn't any here. I didn't find anything, but all these rocks seem to be coated with something, you know. There's not a lot of wave activity to kind of take a coating off and have them tumble against each other. So like right here, these look like rocks. I can identify things. But out there, they're just like all just heavily coated on a white substance. So even if there was something, I think it's blocked. Anyway, then I spent some time trying to catch the stars, catch pictures of the lighthouse. So at night, I think I got all that. I'll show you that. And that was it. So great time at Sleeping Bear. I saw most of the stuff I wanted to. I could have shown you the other campground too, or at least to get a glimpse of that on the north side of the park. But I had to get up to this campground before, well, I could get it checked in and pick my site. We could really kind of pretty much fill up last night. It was, when I got here, there was a long list of sites available. There's plenty that probably would have been just fine, but I'm very happy where I wound up. And there's just enough little wave action last night, because the weather shifted and I actually got the sound of a light wave last night. So thanks for coming along on this video. I'll see you in the next one. Look for a full campground tour here as a separate video. And I'm not sure what I'm up to today because, like I said, the weather has changed for today. I think I might have gotten lucky and all the bad stuff is really much further north, and we may have already had the rain for the day, which was a light sprinkle. See you in the next one. Get on out there and enjoy the weather when you can.